I can't fuck with snakes. I ain't all the way back from my people, I pray I won't fortune for fame. I'm finna turn up and get they ass a taste. I thought I was global, they screaming my name. I'm everywhere like I'm the Chicago way.
Alright, let us know who got on the Chicago way today.
Man, y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Real 30 boys, man. It's your boy, Brick Youngsta, man. Free 2G, man. Free Foodie, man. Free Joe Bomb, man. You know what the fuck going on, man. Dunk to get dunked on, man.
Alright, so we got Brick Youngsta today. Can you tell us where you from?
I'm from Chicago, man. I'm from low end, south side.
Alright,
but I moved up to Tuberville, so you know that's the hood too.
Alright, what part exactly in the low end?
I'm from Lake Park. I'm from 39th and Lake Park, 4048.
39th and Lake Park? Alright, I'm gonna hold you. Lil Reese helped me do some research. He said that like TTB Nez is from that same area,
he
right?
from all over here.
Lake Park, so you know Nez?
Yeah, I know Nez. That ain't my homie,
right.
but like that's one of the niggas from the hood. You know?
Alright, so like you basically saw him around type shit?
Yeah, I done saw him around from coming up. So you know he a little bit older than me. He ran out of like niggas like Mom Pop and all that type of shit, but yeah.
Makes sense. So how was it growing up there?
Same old. It was decent, you know, before the wars kicked off and shit, because we got our own war going on from where I'm from too, besides the shit we already had going on with bro them on 63rd and shit, but it was always decent, you know, we had our own park built inside the hood and shit. Before shit got real, we had our own basketball court in our hood, so we ain't had to do shit but leave out the building. And from my grandma building, my granny stayed across the street from the park, but all I had to do was leave out the building and literally walk right across the street to do everything and shit. Everything was on our block and shit. My whole family was from over there, and everybody I knew kicked it over there to the low end where everybody I fucked with from. So it was like,
makes sense.
We had a good childhood. It was pretty fun for me.
So it sounded like it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun for sure.
Alright, so how'd you get into rapping after that?
Okay. Really watching a lot of battle rap, sitting in the car listening to a lot of music and shit like that. And one day me and my brothers, we'd just listen to music and we'd just go back and forth and compare motherfuckers' bars and metaphors. And I just told myself, like, man, if I can understand his bars and metaphors and shit, why can't I put this shit together myself? And then I had a lot of shit that I was going through, like the shit they talking about shit. I'm experiencing this shit firsthand type shit. So I'm like, fuck it, let me try to do it. So I just started off playing with it. Like me and my little cousin Tank and my little brother TB, we'd sit around and just fuck around, freestyle, rap. We'd come up with our little favorite battle rappers and shit. And I listen to a lot of Reed Dollars. I ain't gonna lie, Reed Dollars. I listened to a lot of Reed Dollars and shit when him and Meek was going at it. So that shit kind of kept me going. Then me and my brothers and cousins, we'd be in the crib, we'd be tweaking around, recording ourselves and shit.
Yeah.
And I just got better and better. But I ain't really take that shit serious until I got like, I want to say 14, 15, when I was staying in the suburbs and shit. And my little brother he did, and along with my little brother D-Man and my brother Rico, they was already tweaking with the music and shit. My homie Rico was already into beats, he knew how to record, do everything. He already knew everything about the music shit. I just knew how to rap and shit.
Okay.
So they kept telling me like, man, just go and do that shit, cause we a freestyle. And like, man, you know how to put them words together quick as hell. So then one day we just recorded the song, we ain't never dropped it though, we recorded. And I'm like, fuck it, and since that day I just started taking that shit serious.
So like what made you take it seriously?
Like 100% at the level I'm at now would be when my brother Brick died. Like before he died, I was like recording, dropping slight shit. But when my brother died, I felt like his career and his talent was took from him because my brother had been in the streets his whole life.
Yeah.
And then he just came home from doing 4.5 years. He was only out 11 months before he got killed. And his music was slowly progressing. So it was like, fuck it. I really took it serious. And I had a lot of pain inside, so I didn't know how to express that shit. Like, yeah, you gonna go outside, you gonna do what you do, but that shit still be inside you at the end of the day. So like, I didn't know how to get that shit up out of me, so I just started taking that, I just took that shit serious. I'm like, fuck it, man, there ain't no time to be playing around. I felt like, when I seen him die, like, I always knew a motherfucker would die, but like, it be different, like, when this motherfucker you done slept in the same bed with and shit like that, and it's a nigga you look up to, like, this your protector, this your big brother, it hits you different, it make you realize, like, damn, shit, a motherfucker can really get touched at any second, so it make you want to change the shit you do.
Alright, so it made you want to basically do something better, you could say.
Yeah.
Alright. So you just came back from prison, you know?
Yeah.
So like, can you speak on what you got charged for?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
At first, I was already on papers, on probation. Then I caught a weak ass aggravated kidnapping. That was some gay shit. That wasn't what it sounded like though. That was some fluky shit. But what they sent me to the joint for, what I ended up doing time for was a pipe case. I had caught a pipe case and shit. They ended up issuing me one for a little simple pipe case. Long story short, my mama got into it with this goof ass nigga over a parking spot. Long story short, a couple hours later, I run into dude. We had words or whatever. Some way, somehow, police get involved. I pull up to the crib, park the car 12, get on me and shit. I get away though. I was cool for a little minute. Like, even when I went down to Arizona, I was down there with Billy and y'all was watching that shit. Whole time I had a warrant, I ain't even know those. Shit. So I was on the run that whole the month of my birthday when I dropped the album. This whole time I'm blazing hot with a warrant, not even knowing. So I was on my way to the studio and shit. I was literally 30 seconds, no more than 45 seconds away from the studio, and I got pulled over and found out I had a warrant.
So like, you still on probation right now?
No, I'm on parole now. I was on probation when I called the case.
Okay.
They gave me $15,000 bond. My bond was $150,000 deep for the gun case, but I was still on a $15,000 bond for the kidnapping, so they took that bond, and then I still had the probation case that was open. They took that bond, and then I was fighting a weed case in Wyoming, so I was still on bond for that. So they snatched all them bonds up, so I only had a bond for the pipe case. So I went up for 5 different bonds for the gun case. They denied my bond every time. Damn. They didn't want to give me no bond. I tried to get them people $40,000 3 times. Then my best friend, he came with 60 extra last time with 2 exploits there. We tried to give him 100, they turned that shit down. They wasn't going. So I ended up doing, they gave me 4 years for the pipe case. At that time I had like 13 and a half months in. So I'm like, fuck it, I only had like 10 months and some change left. So I just copied out, took 4, I only had a couple months left to do anyway.
Shit. So how was that recent bid you just did then?
See, this ain't my first bid, but this is probably like, it was my toughest and smoothest bid because I didn't get bids to where no bap, I ain't had not a dollar on the phone. Like, I called real quick, like, hey, did y'all talk to the lawyer? And hang up. Like, I had no lawyers. I'm fighting every case with a public defender. I didn't even have money on my books. Like, I'll go to store, man, bag come up, make number to package all the renters in there. So this bid, I ain't missed store but like a couple times. That was probably on my own mistake. There was never no money issue, but I went to store there every time. So that was smooth. I could talk, be on the phone, but I have more going on for myself now. Yeah. I ain't had shit going on then. So I lost more than I fucking gained. In reality, I lost a lot of shit. I got my mental and shit right now, all that shit, but I lost a lot of shit. I lost my old Instagram, I lost my YouTube page, I lost a lot of shit. So this recent bit kind of hit me a little harder, but I feel like, it's gonna be a better comeback though. So
minus setbacks,
For sure.
Alright, so like, I'm gonna kind of move this along. So like, after doing some research, right? I heard you say people from the burbs will do something and they'll go back to making money, but people from the trenches will do something and go back to the block. So like, can you really like explain that?
Alright, that's what I mean. Alright. It's killers everywhere. I'm from the city and I be in the burbs heavy, but I know killers from everywhere though. I know niggas that was born strictly in the burbs that got no ties to no blocks in the city. Okay. But they spank ass and they got shit under their belt. But the difference is you wouldn't know, or they not broadcasting, they not in jail, or a motherfucker ain't retaliating and did nothing to them because they ain't gonna be stupid. They ain't out here trying to prove a point. They know what they do, but a motherfucker not out here gonna put themselves in hard way to be cool and look cool. A motherfucker clap one of their ops for lacking on the block and then turn around and go do the same shit how you just caught him. Like, you just caught him lacking on the block, you gonna pull up and go stand on your block and do the same shit. So it's that, you feel me? It's a different mindset, It's different, niggas got different shit to prove, you feel me? Niggas feel like if they from Chicago, they got something else to prove besides get some money and take care of their family. So niggas be having a different mindset, That's all. It's just the mindset different from niggas that's that way and niggas from that way. And 90% of the niggas that's really in the street and from the trenches, they not staying in the fucking trenches. They staying in the white parts or they staying in the burbs.
Yeah.
It's just a different mindset.
Different mindsets. Okay, that makes sense. So how did you get into the streets?
Okay. As far as like war and beef, that shit didn't start till I got 12, going on 13 in 2012, like when the war really kicked off. But as far as just being in the street, doing shit, little robberies, playing with guns, I was doing that shit at 9. My rap sheet started back when I was 9 years old. For robberies, home invasions, I was doing shit with my cousin since 9 years old. Like, I was always doing shit like that. That was normal for me to be robbing motherfuckers and shit like that. Was just always normal. That was just something I did. Play with guns, like I was just always, my mama a bad child. I was always in the streets. I was just Curious George. That's what she called me. So I always did shit. So I was always in the streets. Like, that was just mandatory for me. I didn't mind getting the ass whooping. I didn't mind punishment. I accepted my consequence. That was one thing about me. I didn't care about the consequence. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. I always accepted my consequence. So the streets was always in front of me. That shit in my blood. My daddy's a real gangster. My pops a real gangster. That shit run. My grandma was a real gangster. Like, that shit running my blood. So the streets was just always in front of me, you know. That's all.
So it's just what you knew.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, my mom never, don't get me wrong, my pops and my mom always try to tell you better, but you know, you're gonna do what the fuck you wanna do anyway. And the more, me personally, I can say, the more, when it comes to shit that intrigue me, the more you tell me, oh man, don't go pick up guns, and guns intrigue me, I'm finna go pick up one. Now, it just intrigues me more. I'm gonna take the experience and the shit you telling me, and I'm gonna just move different, but that ain't gonna stop me. I'm finna go pick the gun up as soon as we done talking. That's just all it was with me.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Alright, so, I heard, like, in the interview, right, you said, like, your mom was a drug dealer. Like, can you elaborate on that background in history?
Alright. Okay. And it's funny. I'm glad you asked that. This is why I go back to say, a lot of niggas be claiming hood, they don't really know. If you really know, like, when niggas be saying they 600 and all that shit, I lived there. My family went to Betsy Ross, the elementary school on Michigan in 600, where they shoot all them interviews out on the stairs. I actually did that. And if you know your history, my mama had the biggest sea lion over there. Damn. The biggest icy cup and sea lion over there. For a fact. When my mama used to help me with my homework, I was doing fractions one day, I would never forget it. And this is how I knew my mama was a real gangster. I was doing my homework and she could not help me at all. She could not understand the way the teachers was teaching us how to do this shit. And the only way she was able to help me, that lady sat there and put in her head and took them fractions and broke them down to 8 balls. And that's how she helped me with my homework.
Shit. Man, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Alright, man, so getting back into like the music, I heard you say you was into battle rap, so like how was that experience just battle rapping, you know?
I ain't gonna lie, that, I feel like battle rap really shows your skill. See, but the thing is, I noticed is some battle rappers that can't rap on beat for real and step out of their battle rap form and just go rap and then jump. When they hop on beats, some of that shit be nice, but then they still be in their battle rap form and they rapping like they still on stage.
Okay.
And see, with me it was just like, with me and my brother, we wanted to check out your wordplay. That was just seeing if you really got it. Like if you can really come off the top of the dome with this shit, or if you really, you know, that's just really what it was about. Battle rap is it's a way to pass time too. And I did a lot of time in jail too, so I did a lot of that shit on the cells and shit like that. So that shit was like kind of getting normal for me. That shit like, if you're an artist or you like music, I feel like battle rap is the first step to go to listen to music and just catch your vibe. I feel like that's the first step to like, if you're gonna fuck with music, I feel like that's the first step to go. I feel like everybody should go check out battle rap before they just jump into making music. I feel like that's the first step.
Okay. I feel you. So you had like an interview with like this dude called Mike Made Movies, but it's not there anymore. There's like a whole lot of shit in there. Like, can you explain why that interview's not there anymore?
Cause man, look, I'm gonna be real. Mike ass a goofy, bro. Yeah. Listen, Mike just he a real bitch. I'm gonna be 100. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. Nobody was fucking with Mike. I was locked up on my kidnapping case. I ran into my man from out west, real gangster. His name is Zeke Zander. I'm on his Instagram and shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just get back out, drop my videos and shit. I was already dropping at this time. So when I got booked for my kidnapping, motherfucker really didn't even know, because I was only booked for like 8 days before I bonded out and shit. So motherfucker really didn't even know I was booked for that case.
Okay.
Until I got out and I had 2 house arrest bands on and shit. You feel me? So I'm checking his Instagram. Man, you got a decent ass cameraman. At this time, I didn't have my own legit cameraman. I like to have my own legit cameraman, my own engineer and all that shit. Cause that's just how I like to be. I didn't have my own legit cameraman at this time. So he's like, man, my man, you want to pay cheap, this, that, and the third. I hit him up, I'm like, damn, bro, send me to you who out the band, he said you shoot videos and shit. He tell me like, he wasn't shooting videos no more, that he was stepping into the interview stage. Okay. I'm like, all right, fucking cool, it is what it is. Now, as he see the music progressing, he like, man, fucking bro, I'm back shooting video, who out there. So I'm already doing what he thinking in his head. Like, man, Shorty blowing, I shoot this video, that'll get my name out there, because when nobody fucking with him no more. Okay. He like, man, he doing numbers, and he seen I'm doing numbers with different cameramans on my own page at that. Yeah. So he he wanted to come try to join the wave and shit. But see me, I'm already 10 steps ahead of the nigga. So now I'm finna knock the price down and I'm gonna beat you down just like you think you gonna beat me down. So why you think you finessing, I'm finessing? Because this little 200-300 I'm giving for you video ain't shit. When it's like the niggas that want 6 and they wanna post it on their page. And I'm making all the money back off the video. So I ain't really losing shit. You think you beat me, I'm beating you. And your clout's still not going up. So you not winning. Now, time go on. Now, we had some shit going on in our hood, well, within us, where we was into it. So he hit me up. What man, so-and-so them hit me up. What man, I went over there to interview. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you like this. He said, I went over there to interview Butter, what bam, Flame them was over there. They wanted me to shoot the video. Now me, I'm a real nigga. The shit that I got going on in the streets, I'm never gonna put the next nigga in tune with it. Okay. It ain't like behind the camera, me and you kicking it, smoking it, we chilling, then that's different. Or you pulling up only at locations and we chilling it. Nah, we ain't even on that type of time. You feel me? You shoot videos, it is what it is. You feel me? I fuck with you on the music level. So I tell him, like, man, I ain't that type of nigga to ever tell you not to fuck with the next nigga. You feel me? Because your job is to make money. I would never tell you if a nigga offering you money, turn it down, whether it's my option or not. He like, no, bro, but my loyalty with you, I fuck with you. And I say, I appreciate that. But if a nigga offering money, use them. I'm like, shit, if you say you fuck with me like you do, then I know shit, we ain't never have a problem. Shit, make the money off them niggas. Fuck is you talking about? Don't turn down no money. I ain't gonna never tell you fuck up your pockets. So now, he's like, that's real nigga shit, bro. Niggas don't be thinking like that, bro. You a real nigga. I leave it alone. Now, he shoot a video for them dissing us. I didn't care. Okay. I didn't have a problem with it. Okay. Now, my little brother just get out. Boom. Now, my little brother had just did 9.5 months fighting an attempt murder. So I'm feeling good. It's his birthday. He just turned 21. I get him fresh and shit. I'm like, fuck it, man. Him just recorded this Who Won't Smoke song. Mike was supposed to shoot that song. He pull up. Matter of fact, my brother was born on Mother's Day. His birthday fell on Mother's Day again that year. Okay. So we lit. I got the whole family out here. I'm like, fuck it, man, pull up. He slide. Pull up, bam. And we pull up. I'm like, I bet. He like, man, you ain't never seen me the song. Like, man, send me the song. I shoot him the song. Now, he eat that bitch bland. He boom. He like, all right, we got the rest of the equipment out the car. Then we be up to the car. Call me to the car. I get to the car, yeah, G, like, you don't wanna like shoot nothing else? I look at him, oh, what? Man, you don't wanna shoot nothing else cause it's like, I heard the song and you know, I know what's going on cause they was like telling me. One in my head, that's a red flag cause first of all, you had to shoot the video. They shouldn't even be discussing what we got going on with you anyway, you had to pick up your paper. So they doing too much talking anyway, and if you a real nigga, you shouldn't even allow a nigga to do that. I let it go. I'm like, man, shit, it is what it is. I can't expect everybody to be real. He is the cameraman. I don't know what his street tag is. In my eyes, he's just a cameraman, but now you're a goofy cameraman. So now, he like, yeah, G, I'm just saying I don't want to shoot that for you, and you talking about them, and I be shooting videos for them. I'm like, bro, didn't you shoot that song for them? He, yeah. And I'm like, they was talking about us and them. I didn't say shit to you. He like, yeah, I know, but... So now, in my head, I'm like, man, I'm finna just go. I tell my man, nah, if you ain't gonna shoot that, I don't even wanna fuck with you. You ain't gotta shoot shit. At this time though, Mike already got 2 videos, man, that I paid him for. I let him hold them videos and shot another video with somebody else so he can shoot their video and make some money. Okay. But really, nigga, you owe me. I could've said, fuck that, no, I need my shit, cause you was already paid in advance for 2 videos that I shot already that I was waiting for you to send to me. Okay. Never sent them. So now in the car, I'm just chilling. Now in my head, I'm like, if I get out and tell bro them this, they gon' flush his shit. He ain't finna leave here with his camera, none of that. Folks are not finna let him leave like that. I tell him like, fuck it, I'm cool, man. Just go ahead and bet up out of there. When I get out the car, pull straight off. I get out, bro. I'm like, man, where you going? Man, what? Hey, no, call his ass back. Call his ass back. Tell him we gonna shoot something else. Call his ass back. Oh, bro, they just gonna strip Mike butt ass naked, take everything, cop everything, and that ain't even the shit we do. But I felt where they was coming from, cause now it sounds like you on their side. So now you picking a side. So now if for them strip you. But just me being the type of nigga I am, I'm like, fuck it. He a hoe anyway. I let this shit go. The nigga come back later down the line, a little bit later, couple months later. First he hit me about the video. I'm like, man, fuck the video. You can delete them bitches. You show you pay for them, I delete them bitches. I don't even want them. Fuck them videos. You can have them, delete them. Bam. Now leave it alone. Now me, I'm a player. I unfollow him off social media because I don't even want to see shit you post. I don't even respect your work no more. Fuck you. I don't respect nothing that you got going on no more because I can't respect you as a man. So how the fuck can I respect you stand for? So I just don't follow him. He still following me. Now my sister shot a video like right in the beginning of my music career. Like right when I was just starting to go serious and shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I didn't even know I had that video. And at this time I'm like, man, I don't even want to drop shit yet. I'm gonna drop the album and then drop this video. I'm like, fuck it. I just put this shit out here for the fun of it. I'm like, the quality ain't bad. I fucking the lyrics now, I'll put it out there for the fun of it. I'll put it out there. Now at this time though, I already had a legit cameraman. I'm fucking with Mata. So at this time, me and Mata locked in. He glassed and shit at this time. And Mata still was upcoming at that time too. So he write me like, on Instagram, he see be like, man, damn, you need to go ahead and come back home and let me glass your shit. I laugh at his ass. Oh boy, my cameraman ain't shoot that video old as shit, that video years old. I'm like, but now we good over here. I'm like, but it seems like you fucked up over there, so now you want to come back and join the team. It's all good. I'm just saying what. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. Now, he gets to saying all type of crazy shit, talking gangster and all this shit. So I tell him, like, man, you ain't gotta do this police shit.
Okay.
Pull up on me. We can talk. So I tell him like, man, I'm like, pull up on me, man. We ain't gotta do all this police shit. You all on Instagram writing me and all this shit. We ain't gotta do none of that. Then when he write me, he bitch ass nigga, whoop. I'm like, gee, I ain't wrote you and threatened you one time. I'm like, so if I do see you and something happen, or you see me and something happen, you gonna go to jail. I'm like, why send yourself to jail? I'm like, go and delete that. I deleted out my inbox. So if I go and delete that, we ain't even on that type of time. When niggas send me shit like that, I delete it for them. We ain't even on that type of time. I don't want you to send yourself to jail for hurting me. If you hurt me, I want my people to be able to get up with you. Don't send yourself to jail. That defeat the purpose. So he stayed talking gangster. So I guess he felt some type of way. But see, he ain't hurt me. I gave you your first $100,000 views. Your first 100,000 views off my face just talking. I gave you your first 100,000 views. You ain't do shit for me. You didn't do a damn thing for me. He ain't do nothing for me at all. So it's like him taking it down. I didn't even notice he took it down. Cause after that shit happened, I never went back and watched it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He did nothing for me. We shot that interview. See, the thing is, I influence niggas. You see how he started doing all his interviews like that? That was my studio he shot that interview in. I gave him that idea, that space and all. That was my idea. That was my idea. I influenced him to do his interviews the way he started doing them after that. That was my idea. He went on shit. He was a nobody. Nobody even knew he shot interviews. I was his first interview. And he broke it up into sections. He didn't even drop the whole interview. The first piece he dropped, I think like 10 minutes, that bitch did 100,000 in a week. 100,000 in a week. That's when he started dropping the other clips. Cause his page went crazy off my face. Any nigga that posts me on the interview, I don't give a fuck who you is on my daughter, that bitch gonna go blast. I don't give a fuck who you is. Look up any interview that I actually did and see that bitch getting numbers. Real shit.
Straight like that. Alright, man, so that's a whole lot of shit, man. But
yeah, man.
I'm glad you explained all that. So moving away from that, I tried getting Reese to help me do some research on this film, but the interview got taken down, right? So I heard you had issues with Flame, right? So I wanted to ask you, is that true? Did y'all really have like issues?
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Flame really had an issue with me. He a bitch to me, so it's like I would never say we had an issue. It was just a misunderstanding. I say a bitch didn't know how to stay in their place. That's just really all it was, you feel me? He tried to put his input on the shit that happened with Measle and all that shit, and he was never even fucking out. You can't have an input or have a story or say so on some shit you never fucking witnessed. You was never know. You weren't even 100 feet and you weren't nowhere in the area. You was miles away. So you putting the input on some shit you know nothing about. So he had so much shit to say, and then it just started escalating. Then he wanted to dick ride, and he thought about him being over there with Mama Shayna, it was gonna stop something for me. Shayna is my mama. So whether, I don't give a fuck what's going on. Me and Shayna can have words today. At the end of the day, that's still gonna be my mama. No matter what. This lady done changed my diapers, everything. Like, we done lived in the same crib, different cribs multiple times. Like, the shit he was saying didn't mean shit to me. The only reason why I didn't fuck him up is because he would have felt some type of way that if I would have pulled up the shit in them crib and fucked them up there and they allowed it, he would have felt some type of way towards them. So that's the reason why I didn't. We never really had no problem. Then he got up there and said some tough shit about my daughter and my little brother D-Man. He said some tough shit. So that's why I said I was gonna fuck him up. But as far as the problem, he not like, he gay. Like I can't, but I am gonna smack the shit out of him as far as shoot him and all that. Now, I wouldn't even told you the story if I was gonna kill him. I'm gonna just slap the shit out of him. I tried to have him pull up for 500. They supposed to pull up and fight, him and man. They supposed to pull up and fight for 500, but they ain't never pull up. They got to talk about weddings, flame, talking about he got skimped in his hand had to heal, but the next week he beat his bitch up. I was confused, so I ain't no smoke with him, man. It was a misunderstanding. He don't know his lane, you know. When it's different lanes for this shit, you know. It's bitch niggas that be in the streets and it's real niggas. He in the bitch nigga lane, so he need to stay in that lane, you know. It's the fact.
Speaking of some gangster shit, anyway, I got this little segment, right? I call it Cairo's Logic. So, shout out to little man Cairo, by the way, because, you know, he's the reason I got this idea. So, he said only 3 rappers from Chicago really about that life, and that's FBG, Durk, Lil Zay Osama, and King Von. And that's because he heard gangster stories about them. So, I just want to ask you, could you tell us a gangster story about yourself, but non-incriminating, though?
Man, I don't even do that though, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's something I would never get up there and do. My name speaks for itself. Like, if you know, you know. Like, my name speaks for itself. This the only gangster shit I agree, because like, my name gon', this what I'm gonna tell you. My name, see, I'm different. That's the difference between me and a lot of niggas. Like, see, you could say it's only 3. You don't really know no gangster stories about Lil Zay besides he robbed people. He went down and did juvenile life for robbing cameramen. It was never no shootings, attempt murders, nothing. No blowings, reckless discharge, activated batteries with firearms, sliding on his ops, steamers, high speeds. It was for robberies, robbing pizza mans and cameramans. That's why he went to jail. He never went to jail for no gangster shit. Like, it wasn't gangster. Like, so what's gangster to you? Like, that's the difference. Like, you gotta explain what's gangster. So when he say those are only 3 gangster people, now I don't take no nigga credit. He get like that. But what's a gangster? Because a real gangster wouldn't go around all these out of town niggas and have them saying fuck Tuka and fuck this and putting them in beef. And you know we kill people. Why would you put an unknown motherfucking harm's way? These people come to Chicago, they don't know shit about Chicago. They don't know who the fuck they into it with. They don't know who they ops is. But you'll put them in harm's way just to blackball us so we don't get no money. That's not gangster shit. That's bitch tendencies. Yeah, bitch, don't let her do your hair because that bitch is fucking on my man. That's what bitches do. That's bitch tendencies. So I looked at him as a gangster until I started seeing he was doing the same shit Durk was doing. He became a fraud to me. He was a gangster before the industry shit. Yeah, and when he got to the industry, he became a fraud. Niggas get around the industry, niggas and become a fraud. And that just how shit happened. But prime example with some gangster shit, I'm the same me wherever the fuck I go. I call your man's O-Block Woney in the county. Max, Division 10. And a motherfucker that can vouch for this is King Von, little brother, Lil Louis. That was my shorty. He came on deck, soon he came on deck, pushed right up on him. Hey, what's to that shit? You smoke too, you with that fuck duck, fuck brick shit? Tuck his tail. He done gangbang, he not BD no more. Why he claiming O-Block right now, he a fraud? That man dropped the whole video off the phone, let him know he not BD, he don't even gangbang no more. I made him tuck his flag. He couldn't even shake up when he was on deck with me. On my daughter, he couldn't shake up when he was on deck with me. He couldn't shake up at all. He couldn't shake up, but see me, I'm a gangster, I don't pray on the week. They end up moving us off the man, and it was like 4 niggas from O-Block over there. Nigga, you had a nigga from FaceWord/O-Block, he was dick riding him. You had Von, little brother, you had Free, he just came from doing 10 years from the O, and then nigga, you had Woney. I'm the only nigga from Tucaville that was in that bitch by myself. I had no homies on that deck. Every nigga that was fucking with me was from all different type of areas. They just fucking me off who I was. I was in the county beating a lot of ass at Max. I was whipping a lot of ass around niggas that's fighting double. I'm fighting niggas beating their ass and they fighting double murders, all type of shit. So it was like niggas respecting me for who I was. And I'm going on any deck and I'm gonna let a motherfucker know. If you beat and you from the outside and you with that shit, on my daughter, I'm gonna kill you. You can't come out yourself. Walk yourself right now, I'm gonna kill you. And that's what I asked any nigga. When I met Von, and that's my little homie, that's my little brother. Like, I'm locked in with him. I see him and don't even do nothing to him, I'm gonna be real with you. But the same shit, when I met him and he told me where he's from, my man, you with that shit? I'm gonna ask a nigga in the door. Why he say he went with that shit? He tucked his tail everything. He didn't gangbang nothing. And when we left, he was scared because he didn't know what deck. They was shutting Division 10 down. So I couldn't go to 11 Max because I was on medication. And I wasn't fighting nobody, and I ain't had no staff or so they weren't gonna send me to 9. So they sent me to 6. He was going to 6 with me as we were going through the tunnel. He was scared, you know, he like, man, I'm finna get on deck with these niggas, they finna show their hand. See, he was a little cool because he went gangbanging when he was on deck with me, but he still had his homies over there. So he felt like, man, if some shit did pop off, at least he ain't had nobody there. He like, man, these niggas gonna start showing their hand, man, trying to expose. That's what the fuck ops do. If you an op and you come on deck, I'm gonna show my hand and let you know I'm an op, and I'm gonna spank that ass. That's the point of this shit. That's the point of us being ops. I'm gonna let you know I'm an op so you can be aware. Every time you see me, it's that time. I want you to be aware. But I said you was scared. So me being who I am, I just don't pray on the way. I told him, I'm like, man, you know, we gonna go on deck for, you know, ain't no motherfucker gonna play with you. I ain't gonna let a motherfucker get down on you. And this a nigga that I'm supposed to clap in the world, but in reality, you ain't never really did shit to us. You one of them niggas sitting in front of the camera, smoke all these niggas. Then when I catch you and press the issue, you ain't no shit. You ain't no shit. I done ran into a lot of niggas like that's the most gangster shit I can give you because I ain't gonna send myself to jail. I'm on parole, all type of shit. But yeah, they know. I spank a lot of ass. They know I had Rondo little brother scared of me. All time. I spank a lot of ass. I stand on business. So I don't know what's gangster to them. I beat ass in the county, outside the county, and whatever. You want to take it to the street, the hands, 5, whatever. I stand on all 10. Ain't no snitch shit, no gay shit on my name. So what's gangster like? What's gangster to a nigga?
Okay. I see what you're saying, man. Can you explain how you cool with Louis though? Like,
who?
Louis.
Alvano brother?
Yeah.
I did. Like I told you, when he came up to me, he said, we was just talking, I was talking to my little man, Beans, he BD from out west, he off D-Block. And I'm talking to Lil Bro, but Lil Bro already, T-Roy is Lil Bro, people, my little homie Beans people. So he already fucking with Louis off T-Roy being his blood cousin. Okay. So he already fucking with him and shit. So me and Beans talking and shit, Lil Louis come over there, he talking. And then I hear him say on BD. I'm BD, but when I hear on BD, my antennas go up. That's a red flag for me.
Okay.
You BD? Hell yeah, you BD too? Oh yeah. Shake up 16. Oh damn, where you from? Yeah, I'm from the O. Now, I always ask this on GP. To wait to see if they gonna ask. Then when they don't ask, I'm gonna tell them like, damn, you don't know where I'm from? So he asked, damn, where you from? I'm in 63rd, Tuckerville. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Biggie told me like, yeah, this Doug little brother, man, this who I was telling you about, who been going around fucking shit up. He like, yeah, you with that shit? Man, that shit that my brother and them got going on, that's my brother and them be. I be with the shorties. I ain't never heard of him or known him to do shit. So when he said that it was valid, cause he's not a nigga that's on nobody's radar.
That's true.
Like, so I'm like, man, fuck it. Now I'm gonna be real. You know, this ain't to throw salt on nobody's name. The reason why I fucked with him was because I'm a real nigga. He was in there fucked up. He was in there bad. State shoes, missing commissary, barely money on the phone. He was in there fucked up. I'm being real. Okay. So I felt bad because it's fucked up to see you in that position and niggas getting all this money and repping your brother's name and brand. So it was kind of like, man, I felt bad for Shorty, you feel me? So, and I know how that shit be. I done been in that position where I ain't had shit. So me being me, I don't give a fuck who you is. Unless you done stood over one of my homies and spanked some ass on my block, I ain't gonna let no nigga starve. That's just me. That just ain't how God made me. Okay. So that's just all it was. That's just my little homie. I fuck with him though.
Alright. I feel you. Getting into something else, right? Also in the interview, right? You said to squash beef with the ops, right? You want to do a song with them, but they got to be cool with you. Dissing as many of their dead homies as possible. And they just sit back and take it. So like, do you still feel that same way? Hell yeah, I never turn that down. The only way I could ever squash you, see, it's too much blood. I lost real blood. See, like, see me, I'm the type of person, whether we blood, if I call you my blood, your mama, no mama, we blood. I love you the same way I love my mama kid, and I ain't gonna look at you no different. And if the time occurs and you right, I'm gonna put you over my mama kids because I look at you like blood, and that's just how shit gonna go. So I lost a lot of blood behind this shit. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna go pull a Rico Recklezz stunt and go sit here and do a song with the ops and they talking about my dead. No, I'm gonna disrespect y'all, and you ain't gonna say shit about my dead homies, and that's the only way we can ever do a song together and be peaceful. When I can just disrespect y'all, you're not gonna never disrespect me. No, I'm gonna disrespect you, because I'm not a bitch, you a bitch, and you ain't gonna disrespect me and get on the song with me. No, we ain't gonna do that. And they gotta pay me for the song. Hell yeah. Shit, that's a whole lot of requirements. Shit. Alright, so speaking of like blood, right? So a lot of people be wondering this, and sometimes people don't believe you. So like, can you confirm for the people if like you really FBG Duck's brother?
Bro, Duck is my blood brother. Listen, And it's so weird. If you really know our family, that's my brother and my cousin. Like, and a lot of people don't understand this. Durk is my brother on his daddy's side.
Okay.
And his daddy is also married to my blood cousin, my first cousin, Talia. And on top of that, even if his daddy was never married to my cousin, we weren't actually real blood. We would have still been this same way because our mamas is best friends. They grew up living in the same house. So it was going like either way it go, it was no way they was gonna stop us from being around each other. Shit was gonna be like this whether we had blood ties or not.
So it would have been the same way.
It was gonna be the same way either way. Whether we had blood ties or not, our mamas was best friends. Literally best friends. They sleeping at each other, I was running away together, all type of shit. It was gonna happen anyway.
Gotcha. All right, so speaking of like parents and shit, right? You know, parents. Like, how do you feel about like notable Chicago rappers' parents, like Durk's mom and Ruga's dad doing interviews and shit? Like, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I can't say. You know, if that's the way they taking it. And it's an appropriate approach, and that's how they financially gonna provide for themselves, and that's something that they doing, I support it. You know, if that's some legit shit they doing, and it's not for no clout, and it's some shit that you wanna do, and that, I support it. That's my people's, I gotta support it.
Okay. So like, getting back to Durk, right, do you feel like people who say they close to Durk are keeping his name alive? Like, are they doing it the right way? If so, like, what could they do to keep his name, like, alive?
My honest opinion, I don't feel they doing it in the right way, the way they supposed to. And honestly, no, I don't feel people are going 100% hard how they supposed to. Cause shit could be bigger than what it is. But when, I'm gonna just be honest, when you got everybody that's self-centered and they focused on themselves instead of the bigger picture and the family and the generational wealth and the shit that he did to leave the legacy and shit, it'll be bigger. It'll be a lot bigger because the legacy he left, that was one of the biggest artists from Chicago. I don't give a fuck how you put it. That was the biggest artist from Chicago. Without no label or no industry niggas behind him. Selling out. The biggest artist from Chicago. Only artist able to sell out shows in his city still. While he was alive. Only artist. All through the racks selling out shows in his city still. So it was like when you got a lot of people that's only worried about themselves. And this is the big thing too. Like, and I'm gonna say this, like, if you do music, I don't give a fuck who it is. Friends, family, grandma, you gotta watch people. Money is a big problem with shit like this. When shit like this comes into play, it be money. So a lot of motherfuckers don't wanna promote or push this if it ain't no money for them. What's beneficial to me? That's how motherfuckers look at it. Well, Durk gone, so I can't get no money or benefits from him. I supported if Durk was here so he could see that I'm supporting it and going hard. And when Durk was alive, motherfuckers was ready to die behind supporting him. It was niggas I know that was ready to, first of all, it's niggas I know that won't even touch a gun to say they own life. But you know at any given second a motherfucker can pull up and start shooting. And you ain't gonna be out there with no gun to protect your life, but you willing to die to show this man your support to him. And that's real. And that's one thing I respected about One Trey. Because that man gonna let you know, hey, gun what? Ain't you going with Durk by yourself? You know, folks ain't touch, well shit, then when y'all need to ride then, because One Trey ain't touching no gun. He gonna let you know that in the door. And you can feel how the fuck you wanna feel. But One Trey gonna make sure all the videos uploaded on time. One Trey gonna make sure that clothing line together. One Trey gonna make sure he's sitting down meeting with these people. One Trey gonna make sure he on time for these photos. One Trey played his part. Even after Durk died, One Trey played his part. With all that big cloud record shit, all that's One Trey.
That's One Trey.
He played his part. So as far as One Trey and all that shit, and yeah, bro, mama do his thing, but I do feel like with everybody, including One Trey, everybody, this just goes for everybody. I just feel like it could be bigger if everybody start focusing on themselves and trying to benefit from what the fuck he left and just let the legacy continue and worry about the back ends at the end, because that shit gonna always come at the end. Everybody worry about what they can get now instead of looking at the bigger picture. The generational wealth, these kids that's involved, the shit you gonna have to leave when these kids have kids. That's the point of this shit.
Okay, like you just looking at the bigger picture with this.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Alright, so like you had to drop a song called Let's Talk Part 2, and that's like a part 2 to Durk's Let's Talk, right?
Yeah.
So What made you like want to make a part 2 to that song when it wasn't originally your song?
Honestly, what the fuck was I doing? I had just bought off house arrest for the kidnapping and shit. I don't know if it was that Shoulda Duck song that I caught a snippet of. One of them songs Duck had just that I caught a snippet of real quick that they had, and that bitch was just going viral. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, and this is right on Bond Dad too, so I'm like, damn. And I think this is the video when Durk was in the studio and all that shit. I can't remember the song. So I go play the song, I hear it out. I liked the lyrics. I'm like, yeah, okay. That's what made me respond. I'm like, he's decent, but I'm like, he ain't go hard enough. But I'm like, decent lyrics, it was decent enough. Fuck it. Now, I wasn't even in no rush. I don't write, so I didn't write nothing. I just so happened to go to the studio like 3 days later. When I get in the studio, I'm like, I record like 3-4 songs. I'm like, oh yeah, play some beats. Now I had a whole bunch of beats in my email. Internet put a beat up. And just out of nowhere, bro, them rolling up, talking and shit, I zone out. I'm like, I'm ready. They like, what you talking about? I went in that bitch and ain't asked anybody. I hit that bitch in 2 takes. I did majority of the song in 1 take and finished the rest.
Shit.
Like, when and my brother 2 times, free 2 times, man, he sat out there and he's like, man, I told him, every time you make that boy mad, he gonna go ahead and go straight through and glass the whole track. And that's how that song came about. And I was so, and when I glassed it, I was just so, I forced the cameraman to pull up. I gave him an extra $200. That cameraman died too. God rest his soul till he overdosed. I forced him to come. He was asleep in bed, having withdrawals off the purse, couldn't find no purse. I forced him to come for an extra $200. That's how we ended up shooting it in the studio.
Damn, okay.
And they tried to get the video took down. They called the studio man because they knew who he was. They actually got us kicked out of that studio room for a little bit. We had to pay the managers the money and shit like that. I was having to pay for extra hours. I was paying for the cheaper studio room, but at the same price of the expensive one. Because the manager was pissed because they contacted him. Because long story short, the nigga that was recording me, him and his homie used to record LA. But the studio was made, and he was recording Ocho from the O and all that shit. We had the same engineer. So they got in contact with him and shit. Nigga in the studio, oh man, you got them in there with all these guns and got this, that, and that, bring the ticket in. It was a big problem. We was in the other studio for like a month or 2. They ended up switching us back to the other studio, but then I felt some kind of way. Okay. And then my engineer started, so I just really, you feel me? I fell back, but that's how the Let's Talk came into play. Really just off the beat, honestly. The beat came, and when the beat started playing, that's the flow I got. I came on there, had Duck came on this shit, and that beginning part, all I had was that nigga gonna talk about Duck, and I went right in the studio, and after that I just black.
Alright, so that song is a diss track, and it's safe to say like it's probably your most popular song.
For sure.
So Ruger had once said that he wasn't proud of the Exposing Me remix because it's a diss. And like, do you feel the same way?
Hell no. I'm proud of everything I do. See, the thing with me is, don't get me wrong. Nah, I'm not a nigga like, if you watch my lives when I have my own Instagram page, I never let nobody get up there and mention my ops. I never let the fans get in there and say BDK, smoking on Woo Walker Bam. I never got on my lives and did that. That's just some shit I don't entertain. My beef is my beef. That shit is what it is. But this shit bigger than that. Like, I don't regret shit. Like, no, I don't condone speaking on the dead. Like, if a motherfucker ain't speaking on mine, I'm not just gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm finna put T-Roy in the song. Nah, I'm not. You know we the odds, we the odds. But when you speak on mine, I know I'm lyrical. And I got wordplay. And a lot of niggas can't fuck with my wordplay. They use recycled bars and a lot of that shit fabricated. So, when you mention mine, the thing is, I just be wanting to show you how it's really doing. Like, and if you listen to that Killers, I said at the end of the Killers, like, I don't really do all this shit, but on Brick, I'm the coldest who did this. I let them know, like, that ain't really my lane, because I'm lyrical without mentioning the nigga. I'm gonna do me regardless. I'm lyrical without mentioning the nigga. Like, I don't feel like that. Hell no. Anything I made, anything I said, I spent on that shit.
Alright. So, I'm gonna get into this next segment, right? And I call it It Hit Different. So, shout out to J Man.
Oh, man.
So basically, like, I want you to like tell a story about a time, like a funny ass story about the time you got high. Like, so you smoke a blunt, and some funny shit happened after you got high.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a lot. Like I smoke weed like I breathe air. So that's like a. I ain't gonna lie. That's a hard question because I smoke a lot of weed. I smoke weed like I breathe air, literally. So like I had a lot of great times. I can't really. I really could never really honestly tell you. Like. Because I couldn't honestly say. Because if I give you something I know me, I'll get in the car with them and be like, no, hell no, I should have told him it. I can't even honestly say. Because I done had a lot of great time. And it depends on the people you with. Like, when I get high and I'm kicking it, I'm around certain people. So I got certain vibes, I catch certain drip. So I guess it really depends on the people you with, the vibe. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I get great laughs. Like, shit, me and my girl sit in the house and laugh all the time. So, shit, I can't really honestly tell you. Shit, we both slow as hell. So, I really can't say. Because I be high all the time kicking it was. So, I don't know. I can't really tell you a lot.
I feel you, bro. Alright, man. So, let's get into some, like, positive shit. So, I heard that you graduated with the highest GPA in your high school. So, like,
For sure that.
yeah, can you, like, speak on the knowledge you learned?
Okay. See, I ain't gonna lie. I was bad as hell in school. But one thing... My mama and them didn't play around. Like, okay, I got my ass whooped for going to get in trouble with school, disrespecting teachers. They stood on that business. But the thing was, prime example, that's anybody. Like, okay, this nigga might have called you a bitch, yeah, you scuffed him up. But this nigga might have slapped your little brother, so you finna fuck him up. So you know the severity of different situations. I knew, they know I'm a little fucked up shit. I'm my daddy's son. But you come in this motherfucker with anything less than a B? Boy, please. You gonna be going to the ER. You come in that motherfucking period. First of all, you already acting out of school, but then let alone you stupid? Man, please. That's one thing they weren't going for. That's one thing my mama was never going for. Like, she gonna give you up. And me at that time, I was doing shit, but I wasn't advanced in the streets to where, don't get me wrong, I had homies cribs I can go to. But at that time, you that young shit, you ain't going to school, all that. She doesn't foster care. I wasn't trying to go to fucking foster care. I'm like, hell no. So I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna act out, but I'm gonna do my work. So I just always went to school and paid attention. Like, what I can say is, it depends on your teacher too. Because what I learned helped me most is that the teacher actually get the fuck up there and teach. Break it down and teach. Not just throw some shit up on the board and be like, oh yeah, you remember that shit we read? All right, here go a couple problems. Now, when they get up there and teach, break that shit down. We've been going over this lesson for like 2 weeks. Then you throw them answers up on the board like, man, y'all should know. I got this shit. And then whatever I forget, I might forget like 1-2 steps, come back, action. But after that, I got this shit glass. Now give me 50 questions and I'm gonna have this shit jotted down in my memory. That's how I operate. As long as that teacher get up there and teach the right way, that's what helped me get educated. And then I was never afraid to tell them motherfuckers like, look man, y'all need to hire somebody else in here. I need one-on-one help. Because this bitch don't want to teach. And me, I can't go home with a C. I'm already tearing this motherfucker up. Y'all don't really want me to tear this motherfucker up. I'm already on the verge of alternative school. So then they got me one-on-one help and shit like that. And my only problem in school was probably my hardest subject was science. Because the science teacher I had didn't break it down to where I could understand it. It took me, honestly, no lie, and I was gonna go to school to be a plastic surgeon. It took for me to get into 8th grade to actually know science, like 8th grade, to actually know I couldn't tell you nothing. I couldn't tell you nothing about water, oxygen, nothing. I didn't understand that shit. It's like every time I don't know how. I ain't gonna lie, I know how. I was cheating in my science test sometimes. I could get a C. Yeah, I could get a C in science for sure. I want that stuff. But my mama didn't want no C. Okay. So I did a little cheating and shit like that. Or sometimes when she give us the pre-test and shit, if I sing some answers, I got good memory. So I try to remember all the answers. And then sometimes when she be like, all the answers gonna be the same, I'll put that shit in my head. I'll take the test twice. So when we come back tomorrow, I'm just copy the same answer down. But then as I got to like 9th grade, I was a beast. Science was my highest passing grade when I graduated. Because I was going to school to be a plastic surgeon. I graduated science with the highest grade out of my whole high school thing. And I was supposed to graduate 2016. Okay. I ended up graduating 2015 at 17 years old because at this time, I was already back kicked out of school. They sent me to a private school in Hillside. So I was going there. And they was actually teaching me and shit. Then they came over to me like, man, we want him to just go back to his regular school. He ain't got no problem. We ain't been sick and he passing with flying color. And then the meeting, they like, well, he'll be graduating next year. This year almost over, so we might as well just wait for a fresh start. Then the head director like, nah, damn, hold on. She like, we only need 22 credits to graduate. She like, he a junior, but at the end of this year, he gonna have 24 and a half credits. She like, how can we put him back in school and he gonna have 24 and a half credits? It's not gonna work. So they was like, man, shit, what class that he didn't take that, well, he'll have to take the senior year. They like, shit, the only class we got is driver's ed. At this time, they was still going driver's ed. Okay. But my school that they had me at didn't teach driver's ed. So they like, fuck it. They like, well, what we're gonna do is give you a second gym class. You just go to gym hoop, the year almost over, you pass on flying colors, fuck it. Give them an extra gym class, and we're gonna substitute the gym class for the driver's ed. And then you can just go walk stage with the students at the school. I'm like, perfect. I forgot what the fuck I did, got wrote up, but they told me I couldn't have no write-ups for the end of the year. I couldn't have none. Okay. I got a write-up. They canceled my graduation, but I was still able to get my diploma and all that shit. I just like, fuck it. I just started acting loose and sitting up. But I ended up graduating a year early with 2.5 extra credits.
Man, congrats on that, man.
Yep, I was the first person to ever do that from my school district.
Shit, that's a good accomplishment. So like, your original dream was to like be a plastic surgeon. So like, what made you take a different route than that though?
The streets, honestly, like, see, me, I'm a money guy. So school was always interesting. And then when I learned science, I actually liked that shit. And then me being in the streets, I knew you needed math, science, and all the shit they teach in school, whether you believe it or not, you need that shit in the real world. Oh, okay. So as I was paying attention to that shit, I'm like, fuck it. And then I looked up one day, I'm like, damn, so your first year, you're a guaranteed millionaire after intern. Your first year after college as a plastic surgeon, you're a guaranteed millionaire. Yep. Minimum $1 million a year. Guaranteed. So I'm like, fuck. And then you make that $500,000 as you go into college. You getting paid. Your first 4 years, you're not your last 4 years. Your last 8 years, because you go 4, and then for plastic surgery, it's like 8 to 12 years, depending on what you want to do. What I needed to do, I only needed 8 years altogether. Okay. And with all my credits and shit, I only needed 8 years. I would have been a plastic surgeon right now, I've been a multi-millionaire right now. All these bitches getting fake ads on PPP, I would have been a billionaire damn near. I would have all the government PPP money, all this little tax shit. I was going to school to be a plastic surgeon. The streets just, I kept going to jail too. I did a lot of time in juvenile detention center. And as I started, like I told you, once I started recording that music, I always knew I could rap. Once I actually recorded my first song, it wasn't no turning back. It wasn't no turning back. I was like, fuck it. And then I ain't gonna lie, as I was going to school, before the music and all that shit, I was a robber. I woke up every day and set up a list of people to rob. I was robbing hundreds of people a day. I done robbed, no lie, I'm not proud of it, but I done robbed so many people that it's people I don't even know. So it was at a point I'm like, man, shit, I had to, you know, I was like, man, trying to change, but shit, it was like, the street money shit, this guaranteed, because I'm out here getting this shit. I still gotta go to school another 8 years. My mama done kicked me out at 16, I'm homeless. This shit ain't really finna work. So it was like,
the street money was just fast.
Pretty much, the streets was more reliable shit.
Okay. That's the next segment, man. I call it the GDs in the door session. So basically, I kind of want to ask you, like, are the GDs in the door?
Yeah, I get folks from their credit. I ain't even GD, but I don't hate on nobody. I get folks from their credit. They have been doing their thing. When I just came home, I was shocked to see how many GD niggas actually coming. Niggas used to be scared to say they was GD. Yeah. There's so many niggas coming out and they showing 7, 4, 14, GD. Most of the rappers that's rapping that GD. Or, this the crazy part, most of the rappers that's rapping that GD, or most of the rappers that was rapping, the GDs, they were managed by the GDs. Like Jay Prince and them, they GD. Yeah. They got the music industry on lock. So really the GD's been in the dope, but hey, you know how that shit go. That shit be iffy. I don't get in that GD business. The GD be a little iffy. They got kinky shit going on.
Durk and Offset put us in the dope.
Who?
Durk and Offset.
Durk and Offset made it from yeah. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. The GD's been in the dope. That's what I'm saying. But it's just like, now niggas is more comfortable. The GD's been in the dope, but the nigga wasn't comfortable saying they fuck with GDs. Because when Durk came out, honestly, Drake came out. First of all, when Durk came out, I used to listen. I remember Durk came out. He was GD.
Yeah.
He was GD as hell. Then when Drake came out, Drake was so anti-GD and not fucking with the GDs, and he was signed under Jay Prince's name. Drake was signed to Rap His whole career up until just like a little bit ago.
Yeah, I got to do some research
Yeah, Drake was signed to rap a lot. Jay Prince called him his son for a reason. That's who introduced him. Listen, when rappers was getting fucked out their deals back in the day, who the fuck you think got them out their deals?
It was Prince. Shit.
Nigga, who you think UGK, all these niggas that was broke and fucked up, who you think they signed to?
Shit.
Jay Prince. How the fuck is UGK signed to Jay Prince? Exactly. Because they got fucked out that deal and they got my brother out his deal. When Young and them did, he was finessing my brother with the Sony deal. That's who got my brother out his deal.
Damn. Shit, okay. So like, how could you say like the G's can stay in New York?
And I don't give a fuck if folks don't like this when I say this. I don't give a fuck. And I'm gonna just keep this shit honest. They too back door. They got too much shit going on. Cause this is how I see it. This is why I said they too back door. This is my honest opinion. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about it. I don't give a fuck how nobody gonna feel about it. I'm gonna say what the fuck I wanna say. Honestly, this is how I look at it. Jay Prince never been in the door.
Yeah.
And you one of them known niggas for the G's. This is paperwork. This ain't something I'm telling. This is shit that's in paperwork. Motherfuckers know this. Like, how the fuck was the GDs ever blackballed? How the fuck the GDs just now starting to get through the door? How did it take for Durk to drop flat to get in the door and he been dropping hits? And you already in the door. You already a multi-millionaire signing every artist that's out right now. 90% of these artists that's fucking with you or getting fucked out their deals, you have to help them get out their deal. So they owe you, nigga. You could, your word, you could stop a lot of shit. If he would have said anything, his word could stop a lot of shit. Why? Because nigga, you a face. You gotta say so. And regardless of the fact, even though he's not in the streets and promoting the GD business and he's just a businessman, it don't matter. What you did in the streets and your name never leaves you. So a motherfucker gonna respect whatever the fuck you say. You got a lot to say so. You could have been out on them doing shows, everything, and let them know, man, Durk, man, look, you know how this shit go, this shit business, but ain't nobody gonna blackball the folks. And you got enough pull to say so, and ain't nobody gonna play with you. Not Durk, not nobody, ain't nobody gonna play with that man at all. They not gonna play with Jay Prince now. I don't give a fuck who you is, ain't nobody gonna play with him. The only nigga I seen get gangster with them was Youngboy.
Yep.
That's it. Ain't nobody gonna play with that man.
Damn. Okay. So speaking on blackballing, right? So like, this is the next thing I call it the blackball theory. So I just want to ask, do you think it's real?
Hell yeah, for sure.
Why do you say that?
Listen, it's crazy. My brother just called me the other day, and I didn't even watch the interview. He told me he watched the interview that Durk just dropped. Prime example. They say, man, what you feel about your opportunity blackball? I say, yeah, no, I don't blackball nobody. Why the fuck would I do some shit like that? Then my brother said, he turned around and said, but if you fucking do songs or do music with my ops, I can't fuck with you. Like, how does that sound? How does that sound? But this the weird shit though. You do songs with 21 Savage, but 21 Savage got a whole interview letting you know he ain't got shit to do with that. He fuck with Duck, he fuck with y'all, but he gonna let you know he ain't got shit to do with that. Ain't nobody gonna tell him to pick sack because he a real nigga. So he letting it be known, if any nigga tells you some shit like that, you go for it, you a fraud, you a bitch ass nigga. In so many words. So you could tell the blackball shit real because, shit, think about it, look at it. Like, look what's going on. It took all this shit for really, and then it took for a lot of niggas who, now it's niggas, like I just said, it's niggas in the industry who comfortable coming out saying they GD now. But they got niggas that fuck with them. They got mob tabs with all these other niggas. So you don't want to cause a big ass war now, so motherfucker like, fuck it, let everybody get money. Let everybody get money. Then, you gotta think about it. His hottest artist just got killed. The rest of them niggas don't get fly. And he gotta pay for 1 million features to keep his buzz going. So, you think these ladies gonna let you stop their money till you go find new artists? Hell no, fuck that. Go on here, open the door, let these niggas in there. Cause these niggas bringing in numbers too. And we can generate off them. We gonna penny pinch off them, get them a little leg room, make a little money off them, let them eat, and they comfortable with that. They comfortable with us bird feeding them, and we cool with that too.
Alright, so like who is doing the blackballing?
I'ma just say the ops in general, because they got niggas that fuck with them, and that's like the industry in general. It's just the industry. Any nigga that's in the industry that don't want to see another nigga win, it's the industry in general. It's the industry in general. Yeah, the industry is like, I feel like it's just the industry in general. Cause this is why I feel it's the industry. Cause me personally, that's like a nigga telling me like, oh man, don't let this nigga, say I own a McDonald's, you tell me, don't let this nigga come buy no McDonald's from here because he work at Burger King. You think I'm finna let you stop my money coming in because what the fuck you feel about this nigga and what you got going on? Is this nigga bringing any harm to us in this business? He ain't come in and try to kill you in here, none of that. So as long as this business we here, when he here, and when y'all see each other elsewhere, it's cool. Now, if we fuck with each other, and I'm at your crib, you at my crib, my family know your family, then no, I'm not gonna fuck with a nigga that's trying to harm you, but I'm not gonna go around and try to build bonds with every nigga in the industry and let them be cool and buddy and we locked in just so they don't fuck with niggas I'm into it with. Okay. And you gotta listen, all these niggas say about all this backdoor shit that's going on in their hood, they not friendly, you can't trust the niggas you grow with. So how the fuck is you cool and gang? You click, every artist in the industry right now clicked up, they claiming they gangs together. Everybody clicked up and all of them from different cities. How the fuck all y'all niggas clicked up from different cities? Gang. You don't know no history about none of these niggas dead homies. The only mutual dead homie they got is Farm. And they barely know him. How many of them niggas sent him money while he was fighting murder besides Durk? Honestly. So it's like, it's weird, like, I would never allow a nigga to tell me, you can't make no money with this nigga because I don't like him. And we not locked in like that. But I'm not gonna go get locked in with niggas so they don't get money with other niggas. Hell no, I'm not friendly like that.
Yeah, makes sense. Alright, so, moving on from that. So like, knowing that you had like your own YouTube channel, but you know, got taken down and shit, like, were you making like money from your music videos?
Yeah. I make money off every platform. Facebook, Snapchat, and anything that play music on my board, I see a check off for. Except the tablets down there in Van Deer, fuck them. But in the other joints and other places, Fed and all that, my shit all on the tablets, I'm making money off everything. I was killing off that page. That page is still up. I just got a 2-step verification on it. I can't get in it. And the white motherfucker that got the number on it, Don, his ass don't want to let me pay him for it. So we've been having a battle and shit.
Alright, so like, can you share like the sauce with upcoming artists as far as that?
As like getting on independently?
I guess like just making money. Like,
making money
from that, you know.
Man, this is me personally. I didn't start making no money until Rico 2017. I dropped the last Brick World on SoundCloud. I didn't start making no money till I want to say 2018. My first, actually, 2018, matter of fact. And this is why I love my brother Ty so much, and he's so close to me. My brother Ty was my manager at this time. And me and Ty been locked in like this for years. Me and Ty been locked in since, even when I stayed in the trenches, my grandma done stayed in the bird. Me and Ty, like, this has always been my brother. He the reason I smoke weed to this day. So he was paying for my shit and all that shit. I'm talking about clothes, weed. I can say, man, I just want to go pop a pill so I can have my video. He gonna do it and buy whoever else I need a pill. He actually played the manager role. And he was doing this all off of $2 million in a truck check. With 2 kids. And a baby mama, with bills to pay on my daughter. Like, video shooting. I'm talking about, I was at the point where I want to shoot video every week. Like, I'm hitting them up like, man, your artist out here broke, I need $150, bro, hit me. So, it got to a point where I got my first money off my brother Ty. He posted me on this page, and all my first features on my daughter, if I'm lying, I'm down on my granddaddy, all my first features came from my brother Ty page. I touched my first rap money on my brother Ty. He never asked me for $1 back. He waited until I ran up my first 20, 30,000 before he ever asked me for anything on my daughter. Wow. He waited till like I was in a decent, and then I blew my first 20, 30,000. Yeah, I gave him a couple thousand before, but I blew my first 20, 30,000 before he waited till I got it back before he actually officially like, man, asked for anything while I actually overhit him. Like on my mama, he held it down. I didn't get paid for my first feature in 2018 on my brother Ty. And at that time, I was charging $150 a feature. I got booked for 8 or 9 features in 1 week. And out of them 8 or 9 features, this how I knew I was buzzing and I was finna blow. Out of them 8 or 9 features, only one nigga actually came to the studio to get his feature. The rest of the niggas told me, man, bro, I got shit going on. I just did it to fuck with you. And out of 8 or 9 features, one person came to get his feature. That shit still was just happening on my last page. I got paid for like 10 features, and at that time I was $1,500 a feature on my last page. And nobody came and got their feature.
Yeah.
People from Canada, they just sent it. They don't even, I just want to support you, bro. And then some of them don't even want to say that in the beginning. They'll act like they come. I'm finna meet you at the studio, or just send me the opening. A month go by, all right, I'm like, what happened? They don't say nothing. Like the nigga who introduced me to you, no cap Sean. He paid me for a feature on my daughter. He never came to get the feature. I set up the video shoot, everything. He never came to get the feature. Never. To this day, he's paid me for a feature. He never came to get it. And just because I fuck with him and he introduced me to you and got my shit on your page, I would still do his feature. Everybody else, they beat. I'm at 2,500 now, but I would always do his feature. He hit me when I got out and shit. And he's like, to this day, he's like, man, what's up with that? I mean, hit me, let's work. And on my daughter, he still never wrote me back.
That's crazy, man. All right, so man, I'm gonna like get back to like the jail shit, but it's like I have a specific question about that. Like, is there anything positive about jail that can like rehabilitate anybody who's in there?
That's what it's. If jail, listen, I don't give a fuck who you is, and I'm gonna tell this to everybody. If jail don't rehabilitate you, you either gay or you gay. It's simple. There's no other option to this shit. You either gay or gay. There's no other option to why you can keep going to jail. See, jail rehabilitated me. The reason I kept going back, the shit that I was doing, going to little DLC for, and going to juvenile, I really didn't have a choice. My mom was a single parent, 6 boys, struggling on bills. I went down for a lot of robberies and shit, doing shit that I had to do. I never put myself in a position to do shit that I didn't have to do. I never went out there to just go do shit that didn't involve money to take care of my family. I always been a family person. Or just people around me. I care for other people around me. I never like being without money because then that means I can't do for the next person. That's probably my biggest problem to this day. I want money to help people. I don't be wanting money for myself. So everything I do for the other motherfuckers around me, jail rehabilitated me. Like this last year, I didn't even have to go down for it. I went down for a strap for my OG. I didn't have to go down for it. I went down for it, but it hit. That shit rehabilitated. I needed to go to jail for that 2 years. That shit got my mind right. I gained weight. I got healthy. Hair got longer, came back, face was clearing up. I got a clear mindset. I'm still a little fucked up, but I'm a lot better than what I was. I'm more mature than what I was. Hell yeah, jail rehabilitates you. If it don't, you get it. So that means you ready to go back because you're a little fool in there.
Alright. Alright, man.
Cause I'm scared. I ain't ready to go back to jail. I ain't scared of no nigga, but I'm scared of just jail. Like when I go, anybody that know me, they'll tell you. When the guys like, man, come to my court date, I get to sweat. I'm scared to go to the courthouse. It's not even for me. I don't even like to go to the courthouse at all. Like, I don't like nothing. I don't write letters to jail. I won't send you $1 in my name. I send everything in my girl that I'm not sending you a fucking $1 in my name. I don't do no contact with the jail. The farthest contact I do is call my phone. That's it. I'm scared of jail. That shit rehabilitated me. Shit.
So like, moving on, right? So like, you like see yourself doing like pursuing other avenues than just rap? Or like what other things do you want to do besides just rap?
Shit. I only got 2 things like on my agenda as far as like that I feel there's gonna be some big shit besides my rap. I am a goofball. I actually feel like I'm funny as fuck. I actually do want to do a little acting and a little comedy.
Okay.
So I do feel like I'm funny as fuck. I feel like I have a great ass movie with the shit that I be saying. And this shit be off the dome too, and I don't think about it, I don't even need a script. So I do want to do some shit like that and just going around day to day, just recording the shit we do day to day. Cause me and my people, man, if they could see the shit we do, we'd go viral. We'd be having a fucking blast. The shit we say and the shit we do, we'd have a fucking blast. So shit like that. And this shit, I just want to open up a little dispensary. But other than that, yeah, so I can legally trap, you know. That's all, you know. I always want to trap, so the legal way is to just open up a dispensary. Dispensary, liquor stores, and tobacco shops, you can legally trap.
So like you want to kind of be a businessman in a sense.
Yeah, I want to be a trap star, but I don't want to go to jail for it.
Alright. So I'm gonna get into this next thing. I call it rapper turn blogger. And you know, with rappers turning bloggers, we got people like, you know, FYB, J-Mane, King Yella. So I just want to ask you, like, would you ever become a blogger?
Nah, that ain't my lane. And I'm gonna say that just ain't my lane to just. Me, honestly, it's not my lane to want to sit up in front of a camera and talk about no man or what the next motherfucker got going on in their life all day. Like, that's just not something I want to do, or me personally have a motherfucker write me every time, like, my DMs full of messages from people, random people telling me another motherfucker business so I can hurry up and set my camera up and go up there and voice my opinion on another motherfucker life. And I know my shit ain't perfect. So how dare me even get up there and try to do any of that? Nah, it's different. You hear about them shit, you go up there and give motherfuckers positive advice if you got a voice like, man, you know, shit like that. But I'm not gonna sit up there. Me personally, now don't get me wrong. Yella, I fuck with Yella. He a real street nigga. Yella a real street nigga, real gangster. Yeah, and I ain't gonna never take that from him. Folks a real gangster, verified. As far as the other dude, I don't even, he just folks' brother from the block. He ain't nobody. He just folks. So him being a blogger didn't surprise me because he just a nigga that just be around and just so happen to see shit, but that type of shit. You know, he's a nobody. But I feel like a blogger is a female job. That's like, you feel me? I feel like that's messy. That's a messy job. Like, I feel like that's a messy job. That's messy shit to want to always be in the next motherfucker business. Me and my family got too many problems. First of all, I'm getting into my own family about the messy shit they got going on, being in my business, and we family. I ain't got time to be having you DM me about another motherfucker business and me to sit here and talk about it all day. That's just, I feel like that's some shit a female should do. Because that's more that's gossip to me. That's more what they into, gossip. Like, sit down on talk shows, like, yeah, did you hear about, like, if that's how they make their money though, I'm not knocking no nigga hustle. I support every hustle. So even though I don't got nothing, I don't know Jay, none of that, Yella, that's my boy. We follow each other, that's my brother. That's my boy. I ain't not gonna have no nigga get their money. I support any nigga hustle. I don't give a fuck what you do.
This is not for you.
That's just not my lane. Just me being a real nigga who I am, that's just something I wouldn't put, that's something I don't stand for. I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna get into this next segment. I call it the health check segment. So basically I just ask about, like, you know, people's mental health. So I just wanna ask, where are you at mentally right now?
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Honestly, I've been in a fucked up state. But me being who I am, and I'm the person that my whole family depend on. Like, everybody in my family, from adults to, when I say everybody, like, if you know me, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, if my family get picked in one day, but I'm just like how Duck was, when Duck left, that's who I am for the family. So it's like, I'm the foundation that keep us together. Anything going on, a motherfucker gonna call me. Like, I mean a lot to my family. So, in the state I'm in right now, I'm just really like, I have been in a little depressed state. You know, my brother, my best friend, they fight some real drama. They fight for their life. My other brother was gone before I left. He was fighting for his life already. See, you know, when I left, I was successful and wealthy. I came home to nothing. You feel me? So a fresh start, you feel me? You know, it's just a lot of shit, you know. I got a lot of shit going on in life, you know, baby mama drama with my child, all type of weird shit. But I don't let it affect me. I don't show that shit because, like I say, I know I got a lot of people depending on me. If I fall, they gonna crumble. So it's like, fuck it, I just keep it together. But I always bounce back though. I'm strong, you know. Ain't shit I can't talk to God about. It'll work its way out, you know. But as far as like, am I happy? Hell yeah, I'm happy. I got a great woman, shit. You know, I'm happy. Shit, I got great loyal people in my corner too, shit. So I ain't, you feel me? Don't get it wrong. I ain't on no version of suicidal shit, but you know, everybody go through their shit. I'm gonna bounce back. Shit, tomorrow I might be fine. I am also bipolar, so shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's good to hear you say that you happy, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck what I'm going through. When I used to call from jail, I called happy. You wouldn't even know I was in jail. My girl will tell you that, you wouldn't even know I was in jail. Damn. I call like I'm still on the block. Like that, I'm gonna be happy. Even if I'm down, I'm gonna be happy.
Okay. Alright, so shit, I got this next segment. It's called Message for the Youth. So I just want to know, like, what's your message for the youth?
Honestly, be yourself. Pursue what makes you happy. Because I've once been in them shoes to where, and I'm glad I caught myself to where I was doing what made the next motherfucker happy. Coming up, wanting to be around my big brother, what benefited them, what made me look cool to them, and shit like that. I just to say, be yourself. Because when I branched off and I started hanging with other people, these people, my family now, but we weren't blood then. When I started hanging with my homie them, and that's how the Boss Money Gang, my label and all that, when I started hanging with them guys in the suburbs, on Timberline, when I started hanging with them guys, it was different. I was able to be myself and be the leader that I wanted to be. That's why I actually found myself at hanging with them, and I was actually able to branch out. So I would tell them, motherfucker, be they self. Don't get caught up into the shit that people around you doing if you really know that's not for you. Because this shit come with a lot. Thank God that shit was just the life I was gonna live anyway, because even when I branched off, I was still doing the same shit. But when I was around them, I did it not because I wanted to do it. I did it to make them comfortable or make them look at me a certain way. You feel me? So I would say, do what the fuck makes you happy no matter what it is. Like, I tell my child to this day, like, if she get to a certain age and she tell me she don't want to go to school, but she got an income and she got her life figured out, who the fuck am I to tell? If school is not going to help you in the career that you want, well, you need to start planning your career. Because school ain't helped me in the career I want, but I'm just highly intelligent. But school can't help me in what I'm doing right now. But, you know, I was just telling motherfuckers, do what makes you happy, whether it's your parents, whatever. Do what makes you happy. Do what's best for you. You feel me? And this comes from a person, I live my life for what's best for other people. And I should live for what's best for you. So I'm gonna give you the word of like, live your life for what's best for you, because I live my life for other people. That's just that's who I am. I feel like that's what I'm here for. But I would say live your life for you, because that shit do get stressful. I ain't gonna lie, that shit do be weighing down. But when you already so deep into that shit, it's hard to turn back, because if you don't be that same person, a motherfucker say you change. So before you get into the position I'm gonna tell the motherfucker, do what's best for you. You know, do what make you happy first. Before you can do anything to make the next motherfucker happy or make them happy out of you, you gotta check on yourself first.
Gotta check on yourself, okay. So would you say like the younger you would take that advice?
Yeah, for sure that. Because it started when you were young. Because I wish it would have started when I was young. Because if it did, I probably wouldn't have been in the position. No, because when I branched off, I still did the same shit. But it still would have probably made me feel better knowing, you know, I had better influences and shit like that, or I started out being myself. Because I don't give a fuck who you is. Don't no nigga say they jump off the porch being a real nigga. Because everybody jump off the porch being a fraud, because you jumped off the porch following the next nigga. So everybody jump off the porch with some fraudulent traits, because you don't really know the streets. Whether that shit in your blood or not, everybody jump off with fraudulent traits. It takes for you to build and get in the streets and actually get active to mold yourself to actually become the real nigga you claim you is.
Okay, that makes sense, man. Alright, so I got this like not last, but like this next segment. Right? I call it give credit where it's due. So like, I'm gonna just ask you like 2 or 3 rappers, not 2 or 3 rappers, and I'm gonna just have you name something positive about each and every one of them. So let me think. Shit, I'm gonna say. Alright, let me say King Long.
Hey, I was hoping you said that one. Because I was, you know why I was hoping you said that one? Because I already knew what I was going to say with him. Because I tell anybody that the realest, I get credit when that man got his first 100,000, he went to break it down with his whole team and ice them out. I ain't seen no nigga do that. I ain't seen no nigga do that. He went there and broke bread with his whole team. Iced them out 100,000. Split that shit down with his whole first 100,000. Coming fresh home from a double.
Yeah, that's real.
That's real nigga shit.
Alright. Shit, let me think. How about Young Pappy?
That was my favorite rapper. I feel like, if you want to be honest, I feel like the music that's going, that's his shit. All that aggression, that energy and shit like that. I feel like there's new drill rap and all that aggression, how a motherfucker put their energy and all into it. I feel like that's all him.
So,
for sure that. All that yelling, that aggression. Even with my brother, like, he'll tell you like, all like when you, that shit, that aggressiveness, like when you get on that, that's like more, like Durk always had that loud and the yelling, but Pappy brought you that aggression. Like when you heard his music on my mama, it put you in a different state of mind. When I hear Pappy, that's why he's my favorite rapper. Cause when I heard Pappy, it put me in a different state of mind. I ain't gonna lie, it put me in a different zone. When Pappy come on, don't say nothing, cause I'm Pappy right now. Don't say nothing. I'm not even Youngsta no more, I'm in zone.
Alright, last one. Rico Recklezz.
I can't give him no credit. Ain't nothing he do real. Like, honestly, for me to really give him some credit, I can't. Like, you have to name somebody else. Like, I don't see nothing positive or real in him. Like, I would be a bald-faced ass lie to say, like, the only thing I can say is, shit, he was fucked up and he made a way for himself. But other than that, I salute any nigga, I don't give a fuck who you is, that make a way for themselves. Okay. Other than that, I ain't got really, he ain't no shit. Hey, he a fraud. I can't really speak on no nigga like that. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. So again, to these last like few minutes, this is like the last segment. I call it, TCW feedback. So I just want to ask you, why do you support the Chicago Wave?
Alright. Honestly, I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like that's the best page for any Chicago artist. Like, I watched that page go from, I think, 16 or 20,000. If it was that, it probably was less than that. Followers to 100,000. Yeah. Like legit, like I'll watch this shit with my own and legit followers, not bulk followers. Like I'll watch this shit with my own eyes, and the nigga don't understand. I have 5,000 followers on my last Instagram, but my page rock. A motherfucker don't know the difference between 100,000 followers and only 10,000 real, and then you got 100,000 followers and 96,000 of them real. It's a big difference. Your love gonna be different, and I fuck with it. Like the energy you put into Chicago, and the thing I like, the page posts everybody. No matter what side you from, no matter what, the page posts everybody though. The page gonna post everybody. You ain't blackballing nobody, you ain't downplaying nobody. The page posts everybody, and I support that, I like that, and I fuck with that. Like from day one.
I appreciate that, bro. So, what's one thing you could say that you like about it?
The wave?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. God knows. I be so tempted sometimes. I don't know if my girl be catching this right why she left. I be so tempted sometimes because I catch a lot of funny, weird shit on your page. And I be so tempted to leave my real nigga status and say some shit on that, and I just had to bag back because I be catching myself. Like, that's why I can go up and I just read the comments. I really go up there. The comments is where all the shit at. Yeah. I look at the title, it's the comments. It's the people that comment up there too. Like they be up there commenting, defending themselves. That shit give me a thrill some days. I ain't gonna lie, just go up there and look at it. And some of these people be just making themselves stupid. And then the best thing I like about that page, I feel like it got the most active feedback for actual shit that's going on in Chicago. If you actually read that page, I used to love to go read the comments and people be up there defending me. Like saying shit that I done told them on my live and it be facts. Like, no man, you ain't see us live with me. I liked that shit. Okay. And that should give me a thrill.
Alright, bro. So, what's one thing you can say you don't like, or like a way we can make it better?
Honestly, and I was thinking about this the other day. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how when y'all post Chicago shit, y'all post my brother last. I be peeping that. I was gonna say something about that. I don't like that Duck always be the last and Durk then or Herb always the first. Those ain't the only faces of Chicago. Shit, Bum J is the face of Chicago shit. If you gonna say Chicago anything, shit, Bum J should be the first nigga. If anything, every time.
So you talking about those threads?
No, yeah, them threads, yeah, I be peeping at, and I watch, cause I be on your, I watch, I'm slamming through that bitch. And on my mama, every time, my brother ain't never been first, never, I peep that.
It's funny cause he was first on,
he
was first or second on one of them.
I must have been locked up.
Yeah, he was first on one or two of the threads, but it was only like two.
I must have been locked up. Every time I see her with Durk first. I'm not no hater, but I can peep. If I can peep it, I know the next motherfucker can peep that shit. Okay. So it make it seem like they more important than the next motherfucker. I be peeping that. Other than that, you know, I heard y'all was posting me while I was in jail, still keeping me going. So I fuck with the page. But other than that, I ain't got no complaints about the page. Other than that, and I was gonna write the page the other day. I just seen it like 2-3 days ago, and I was gonna say something. I probably forgot to say something. I'm glad you said that.
I appreciate that, man. All right, so alright, before we get out of here, is there like anybody you want to shout out?
Whew, nah. Alright, first I'm gonna say shout out to my wife first. Shout out to my baby Shanty. But other than that, man, you know, shout out to the guys, shout out my boy Rico, this is my brother here, shout out my boy Peanut, T.Y., Shicey. I got so many homies locked up. I love all y'all, bro. Cause I ain't finna get into it, y'all, about forgetting those niggas' names and all that shit. I love all y'all. From bro them in the joints to feds, y'all. It's so many of y'all. Listen, I love all y'all. Shout out to my boy Stunt Taylor, that's big, bro. Shout out my boy TMC Slap from 6300. You know, shit. Shout out to guys, man. Shit, if you with us or you against the shit. If I ain't give you a shout out, that means you ain't with us. But other than that, man, shout out to my people. I'm gonna say shout out to my people and shout out to all the upcoming artists too. I've been seeing y'all too. Keep doing y'all thing. Other than that, fuck you.
Okay. Alright, so thank you for your time, Youngsta. I really appreciate you coming down here, bro.
For sure that.
Alright.